This video will discuss the process involved in receiving special education services for your child. IDEA, which is the Individuals with Disability Act, ensures that all children with disabilities have access to a free and appropriate public education. This includes special education and related services that are provided without charge, meet state education agency standards, and include an individual education plan, which is called an IEP. The referral and evaluation process begins when you request or it is suggested that your child be evaluated for special education services. IDEA requires that schools identify, locate, and evaluate every child that may have a disability through what's called Child Find. Once the school receives your consent, a full and individual initial evaluation will be implemented. And the evaluation and the decision must be completed within 30 days. If your child has been found eligible to receive special education services, an IEP, an individual education plan, will be developed within the next 30 days of the eligibility. The results of the FIE will determine if your child meets the criteria for special education services. Your child will qualify if determined that your child has one or more of the 13 disabilities defined by IDEA. And you can find those 13 disabilities in the brochure that will be presented to you. After eligibility is determined, an individual education plan will be developed for your child. The components of an individual education plan, which is called an IEP, are an eligibility section. This section explains what disabilities qualified your child for special education services. We will also go over their present levels of academic achievement and functional performance. This is an overview of how your child is doing in their current classes, and it also includes a functional and behavioral overview. This is an important section because it discusses your child's strengths and weaknesses and how disability affects your child's learning. Another component is their goals and objectives. Goals and objectives are based on what the needs of your child are stated in the present levels of academic achievement and functional performance. These goals state what your child will be learning and how progress will be measured. Accommodations, which are the supports your child will be provided that will allow them to participate fully in content instructions, and modifications, which are changes in what a student has to learn, will also be addressed. Transition services are addressed before your child turns 14. Transitional goals and services focuses on instruction and services that help your child transition from public school to a job, college, vocational program, or other programs that promote independence. You and your child will be involved in the IEP process. IDEA ensures that you have the right to participate in the development of the IEP, and Texas schools are required to provide parents with a copy of the procedural safeguards. This guide explains your right in detail as a parent under IDEA. In addition, the school must provide written information regarding actions being taken related to your child's special education needs 5 days prior to implementing any changes. This document is called prior written notice. Also, the IEP presented in the meeting should be a draft and not a finalized document. Parents always have an input, and parents' concerns are always addressed and taken into consideration. Your child is always also invited to attend the IEP meeting. Their input and what they feel are also considered when developing an IEP. As a member of the IEP team, I can say that we keep the lines of communication open. You will be provided with district contact information in the case that you should have any questions or concern regarding the special education that your child is provided. You will be updated quarterly, and every 9 weeks In conjunction with the general report card, you will also get a special education progress report regarding the progress of your child's goals and objectives listed in the IEP. As a teacher, I am held to the model Code of Ethics for Educators. When developing an IEP for your child, I do so with the ethical integrity standards listed in the model Code of Ethics. I will always advocate for adequate resources, facilities, and supports to ensure an equitable opportunities for your child. Also, any recommendations mentioned in your child's IEP will be based on data, research, and best practices. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you and your child in the future.